Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where this is reaching you. You're welcome to my YouTube channel, A Talk with Sele. Yeah, it's been a while, the challenges in life. Well, by God's grace, we are overcoming them by the day. We want to thank God for a beautiful day. And like we all know, we are into the series Intentional Parenting. For today, we are going to look at the topic when to start. As parents, we do have a lot of challenges thinking when do we start this particular thing with our children? When do I start on this? When do I start on that? Just as when you have the baby at birth, you start with breastfeeding at that point before you wean into solid food and all of that. So also in grooming our children, we have stages to start at every particular time. Timing is very, very important. Before today, they will want a child to have grown to really know so much. But because we are in the social media era, we are in a community where anything can be accessed, it is now advised that parents start as early as possible. When do I start? Immediately they are born. They start familiarizing themselves with the immediate family, the extended family, neighbors, and all of that. And all of these play some influence, a lot of influence, not just some, they have a lot of influence on our children. Therefore, we will have to start from birth. Once a child is born, in fact, I'll give an instance, and this instance is this. When you are breastfeeding your child, naturally the child has the gum, especially when the child wants to teeth. The gum starts to chain, and the child would want to use the nipple as a scratching mechanism, thereby biting the nipple. That is not done because the child is wicked or anything, but because if that child wants to help himself with the itching is feeling on his gum. So he bites the nipple. If you don't react, he will do it over and over and it becomes a norm with him. But immediately he bites the nipple. As a mother, traditionally, the first thing we'll do is to tap his lips, not too hard, but to let him know he has done something wrong. Next time, before the child will bite, the child will look at your expression because after biting, if you don't tap, the child looks at you, sees your expression. If it's vague, the child believes, this one is good, he will continue with it, not knowing it's causing you some pain. When you tap the lips just by the side, you tap him, he cries, and instantly he gets the message that that was wrong. He will still look at your facial expression, and that will tell him what you have done is wrong. He might want to try again, but he will not often do it, and you have just corrected the child. At that tender couple of months old, you have corrected him, he has learned something, and that goes to the back of his brain and it remains there. He knows he doesn't have to do it. So the same thing applies to every phase in life. As the child grows, you have to start correcting the child to see that he or she moves on the right paths of life. Parents are guardians, hence they need to know when and how to guide our children. Okay, let's assume the child has started working. Every mother, every father is hustling, looking for something to do. So children are placed into cares, into other cares, into people, maybe a crèche, a nursery, something just to keep them there. So while they are there, they pick from themselves as children. They learn things and they bring it home when you pick them. When you see them doing things contrary to your lessons, contrary to what you have taught, you need to correct them there and then. It's not to yell at them, it's not to spank them, at that stage because actually they just saw it, they learn by seeing, and they want to just repeat what they have seen. So, what you do at that point is to stop them from doing it and tell them why they shouldn't do that. For instance, they see children eating from other children, and you, as a parent, you don't encourage that. They come home, they see visitor eating in your house. Because they have seen it somewhere, they now walk up to the guests to take the food from the guest. You, as a parent, you should correct that. You are not in the nursery with them to see that happening. So you don't know where they picked it from. So you have seen something they are bringing home. You, as a parent, will let them know this is unacceptable. In the public space, maybe the minder did not bother herself with it, so she was quiet and the children are comfortable with it. Or you, as a parent, seeing your child bringing it home, you have to correct them. Talk to them, let them know where they picked it from, and let them know it is wrong. If possible, I will advise you go to the school or to the crèche, wherever it is, and let them know these flaws. Because in teaching your children, you have to teach others, else it becomes a very difficult task for you alone as a parent. They grow to the stage of making friends. This could be from 4 years, 5 years. Know their friends, even as young as that. Know their friends. Ask them of their friends. Tell them who is your bestie. Oh, why do you like this person? Know their values, what they see in people and appreciate. Characters are easier, attributes, so to speak, are easier coordinated between birth to 7 years. If we miss it then we need to add more energy, more effort to get it right after 7 years. Yes, it's still very possible, still very possible to get it right. But this time you need more energy, more force, more time, more commitment to get it right after 7. And if we don't get it right till that child becomes a teenager, we need all the energy, all the force, and all the prayers to get it right as a teenager. Because as a teenager, that child has absorbed a lot of different lessons. That child has taught himself, learned from the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then by the time they start displaying it, we now need a lot of work. Just as you are seeing the child growing, there are different stages of lessons you will teach as the child is growing. So, I haven't talked about the friends they make. You've made him your friend, so with that, he tells you every new update about his friends, so that is settled. As he grows, he starts seeing his body changing. Not just him, you don't even need to wait until his body changes. As he grows, so say age 6, 7, 8, 9, you start telling him, making him or her conscious of the body, on how to keep his body, how she keeps her body, the changes they are to expect so that it doesn't come as a surprise. These days, children don't wait till they are teens. From 9, 8, you see children having body changes. So you start to tell them from age 6, 8, 7 the changes they are to expect in the bodies. No, you don't stop at the changes. You let them know what every change relates to, what it means, what it's saying, what every change is saying. You don't just leave it to the society or they will know from their friends. No, their friends will just tell them wrongly. The time they start seeing these changes, even if you didn't tell them everything, whatever new changes they see, they'll come back to you to get an explanation. So it is right we start on time. Time is of a huge essence in grooming our children so that we can be able to put them on track so that they don't go search for such information outside and cause us some emotional pains and all of that. So I want to believe we've had a nice time. I need your comments on them, whatever you think it's not very right. I need your comments here. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. We are here to teach ourselves. Nobody knows it all. I need your comments to even help me where you think I've just not done it well. I need your comments to help me, correct me, so that we'll talk about it again, and we will all take corrections, make amends, and we'll move towards the needed end, so to say. So I say thank you for having me on your screen. Have a lovely day and see you soonest. Bye.